Okay. Naming conventions. Oh boy. Prepare for some OCD levels of going super detailed on your 3D film. I try my very best to have organization in my animation files. My very, very best. That said, the one thing I despise the most in Blender files are the constant repetitions of cube.001, 002, 003, 11, object 1, 2, 3, 4, blah 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 blah, all the way to several hundreds of objects and controllers without knowing what the heck they are. That really grinds my gears, man. It's super annoying, and it's also time consuming. 3D is already a very intense software. Please don't make your life even worse by not having a proper naming convention for your stuff. First things first, collections. The outliner in Blender has collections that are basically folders for your 3D stuff. Use them for organization. You can have collections inside collections. Organize and name all your collections properly. Each prop is inside their own collection. If you have more than 3 props in a scene, then you should have props collections that contain all of your props inside. Same goes for characters. I also do the same for cameras and lighting. If there's more lights in your scene, put them in a collection separately. Next, this is what prefixes and suffixes that I use to name my objects in 3D files. Prefixes and suffix, they're very helpful when you're searching for specific objects. And also, it's just a good organizational tool, you know? So you don't have to follow this. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but these are basically what I use. Okay, so I use the prefix CH for the characters. For props, it's going to be PR. BG is what I use for backgrounds, basically environment stuff. C is what I use for controllers, everything that can be animated. The suffix, now for the suffixes, yeah? The suffix for R is what I use for right. You can easily see which hand is what, for example. So R is for right, L is for left. The suffix for MDL is the one I use for models or the mesh to distinguish the difference between this and the controllers. I use the suffix for MTL for materials and mainly textures, really. The prefix for cameras are CAM, cam. I use this in case there are multiple cameras in a scene. So like cam underscore front, cam underscore side, cam underscore POV. Things like that, you know? Then I use LGT for light. Yep. In case you'll need a bunch. You're gonna need a bunch of lights. You're gonna need to put prefixes on all of them. Of course, you're free to use whatever you think. Like I said, it will help you out in organizing your projects. Just please, keep them organized and clean. You wouldn't want to just randomly forget and lose something while making awesome stuff, you know? Keep making them awesome stuff.